Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot Live. I hope everyone is having a fine Friday, or as I like to call it, Fry-yay. It's the weekend. Unless you're me, I work a lot of Saturdays, so. But hey, I love working, so it's not a big deal. How's it going, everybody? All right, so we have some fun stuff planned for today. We're going to be doing our free collective reading. We're also going to be diving into our next giveaway and our perpetual drawing, entering more people in, drawing yet another winner out. So much fun. And we already have a few people here. Don't be shy. Say hi. Okay, that rhymed. Say hi in the comments if you feel so inclined, and we'll give everybody a few moments. YouTube has been kind of not very great about sending out notifications lately until we're like an hour into the live stream. That's when a lot of people get notified. So hopefully we have enough people here at the beginning to make it worth everybody's while, I guess, for their collective reading. Well, that's the good thing about starting with a collective reading is they can easily go back. But if it's the one card pull, you kind of got to be here to get your one card, right? Just kind of shuffling everything we're going to be using today. Just really get the energy flowing and going. All right, we have 5 people. Oh no, are we going to have another day where we don't have chat? Let me check just in case. If you're here, just let me know you can hear me, see me, all the things. Otherwise, I'm going to go over to, okay, we got an ad coming in on this other thing. No, I don't see any comments on my other account either, do I? Oh, Marlene. Marlene, yay, okay. So comments are not broken, yay. It's just people are getting in, tuning in, hanging out. Love life and enjoy. Hello, Shauna. Hello, Cheyenne. Hello, everybody. All right, so we got a couple people here. Now it says we have 6 people, 6 likes on the video. Thank you so much for that. Every teeny tiny little bit of engagement does help, so I greatly appreciate that. Nikki Swain is here. Hello, welcome, dear. Brianna, Miss Queen herself, she's our first donation of the day. So after our collective, we're going to dive right into her question. And there's not a long wait today. We only have 1 donation thus far, so we can read you relatively quickly today. And you can be on your merry way. And of course, we have our drawing and our giveaway. So don't miss out on that. That's all free for you to participate in, should you choose. So let's see. Double check our donations just to make sure we're caught up. Yes, yes. Okay. So yes, Brianna is currently our only donation thus far. And I'm going to wait till maybe around the 4 to 5 minute mark just so we can get going. But I'll do like a fit check, right? Is that what the kids are saying nowadays? I don't even know. So we have Little Miss Halloween Queen. It's a very big baggy shirt. So like, I don't know. I think it needs to be a little more form-fitted. I don't know. What about you? But I wore this kind of stripy number under it because I figured you could only see probably this much of it. And then I don't know, this gave it a little more interest. And then my favorite part of the outfit. Look at that. We have the Boo Bucket earrings. I got these on Etsy, and I know someone's going to want to know where these came from, so let me try to find the seller. I did save a photo of it a while back, but I got a new dog, so like it got buried with all the new photos of the dog. So let me go back to my... Oh, I'll have to show you. My son took this of the dogs in the back, in the crate. We took them, the kids went to their little golf camp thing last night, and then my husband and I took the dogs for a walk. And then we grabbed a drive-through dinner, all healthy over here. But the dogs fell asleep, like cuddling up on each other. Isn't that the cutest thing? They just love each other so much. I'm so glad, because our last 2 dogs were pretty well bonded as well. So it does my heart good to see them loving each other. So I know I got these earrings before I got Ruthie, our new dog. So let me try to find, oh, here we go. Okay, and this was as of September 12th when I ordered them. They only had 8 left at the time. I don't know if that's too bright, but yeah, it might be a little bit bright. Let me turn down my screen. This should help. Okay, there we go. So the seller is Mortuary Bakery, that's right. right there at the very bottom of the screen there, Mortuary Bakery. And aren't they fun? Aren't they fun? Only $5.99, so like what a deal. And if you're like I know at least in the US, like 90s kids, 80s and 90s kids, we always had the boo buckets and they brought them back. You know, we went to, fun fact, McDonald's last night. I know. So bad, so bad. Um, but just to get the buckets, and we got the purple like Dracula or vampire bucket, which I haven't seen that one around in years. So I was so glad we got two of those. I ordered a Happy Meal and then Wrigley because Boston likes to eat a little more food, but I'm like, oh, I'm not that hungry, so I'll just order a Happy Meal. And then you can each have a bucket for Halloween. Hey, how's that sound? Yeah, so we have another donation coming in. I just wanted to kind of gap just for a minute so we could allow a couple people to get in here for our reading, our collective reading. Florence B is our second donation of the day. And of course, Florence, wonderful Florence, you can go ahead and post your question anytime. So we have that. And boom, current lineup looks a little something like that. So let's go ahead and get into our reading, our collective reading. The next big moon phase, moon cycle, is actually taking place on October 28th, which is basically a week from tomorrow. And that will be a lunar eclipse. And I will actually be out of town that day. Oh, interesting. We have a card here, cycles. And then this one also fell. Like this was just in the crack of my chair, which the deck for this one is over here. So like, I don't know why this is over here. So this must be, and we were talking about the moon phase, moon cycles, right? And of course it says here, everything has its right time. Honor the cycles of your body, tune into the moon's magic. So of course, you know how I feel about the moon. We're not going to allow the moon to dictate our lives and, you know, force us to do anything, but we can, instead of allowing it to do what it does to us, we can utilize its energy to do for us what we need, is really how I see that. And then out came with that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The 9 of Cups. So like wish fulfillment, happiness, a sense of abundance also comes. I know that's more 9 of Pentacles, like abundance from hard work. This is more just abundance that just randomly finds you. Could be from past good deeds, but if it is from the past good deeds, it's mostly usually past life or way, way back that you probably already forgot about, you know, what energy or effort you put in. But something is brewing is what I'm hearing. And this deck is a little bit difficult to read at times because it is, for one, in a different language. And for two, they don't put the number. So you kind of have to count like, oh, there's potions are the cups in this deck. So it's like, I got to count them out until I really get to know the deck. But it's a specifically Halloween deck. So I probably won't use it year round, most likely. But since we're in the Halloween spirit, here it is. But yes, 9 of Cups. So there's some cycle coming full circle or round again to really help us push forward. And to me, this feels like something that is, you're so ready to do it, or you're so excited to jump in, or maybe, sorry, got an itch on the back. Maybe before, it's very interesting because I just heard as I said that, like, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. So there might be even someone coming to repay a favor that you did a while back. But the cycle really is going to be you being the one taken care of, you being the one given the opportunities or the abundance or winning the giveaway, or you know what I mean? Like it's your time to shine finally, which feels like such a welcome energy for so many of us who have felt suppressed or held back, or we're working and working and working. It just feels like we're spinning our wheels and not really getting ahead. Or it just kind of feels like we're kind of maintaining status quo. There's about to be a time where we're all just about to take this big quantum leap, quantum jump. And it's not just randomly and out of nowhere. I mean, there can be opportunities that randomly come out of nowhere, but for the most part, we have earned this. Like over and over again, we have earned this, and it's finally going to be our time to shine. But before we can really hit this pinnacle, there is a bit of a tower moment coming in. To me, this tower moment does feel very internalized. It's not so much this big external thing that's going to happen. This is going to be an internal shift or something you realize on the internal that you yourself are going to have to crumble or dismantle to make room for the energy of this wish fulfillment to come in, because the cycle needs to end. So one thing has to crumble to make room or space for the next. You know, if we left last year's crops where they are, they're just going to, you know, those old root systems that are dead and just taking up space are just going to be there. They're not really bringing any vitality or life force to our next crop, you know, in the spring. So really this is about clearing We might here and there in the shuffle lose some things that mean something to us, but really anything that is meant for us, if it's falling away, it's not meant for us anymore. Maybe it was meant for us for a season or for a time. But with this combination, we're going to have to let go of the stuff that's just kind of like dead weight or old roots that just aren't vital anymore. Let go of those old roots. For some of us, that could look like, pulling cords or cutting cords or removing, as I like to say, removing cords, pulling them out, finding in your energy field, if there's someone that just keeps, like from your past, that you keep thinking of them, but there's really no reason to be thinking of them, but they just keep either their energy or something about them keeps popping into your awareness. There could be some healing coming up for you to be able to release this person. Or for some of you, there might be a clearing of the old energy so you can allow this person back into your life in a new capacity. But for most of you watching, I don't really see that the case. It's more just clearing that dust and clutter from this past resentment, past relationship, all the stuff that builds up in a relationship over time, whether this is a romantic connection, a parental connection, a family, a friend, an acquaintance, just old coworkers from an old job that you keep thinking of and you really don't have any, not say you don't care about them, but they just really don't have a place in your life anymore, but they're just kind of taking up mental space. You're clearing the decks. And it's very interesting, the kind of like electricity, lightning in this card almost does look like roots, like a root system that's trying to reach down to something. So sometimes we do have to plunge our own roots into like the root of our true spirit to get some really good wisdom and knowledge to be able to build up a new foundation from that sense of wisdom and knowledge. And now my deck is just literally just shuffling right to the floor. There's a whole bunch of them on the floor. I don't know if they're all for us, but let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of Wands. So quick moving energy. And those cards were just like, I have them stacked on my lap like this. And they just were like shuffling down to the floor. So something is very quick moving. It feels very consistent as well. Let's see. I guess there were only, 4 or 5? I think these are all ours. These are all ours for our reading here. Okay, so we have the Queen, I think. Yes, Queen of Cups. Really feeling into your intuition. And we also have a heart, like a actual human heart here. So really feeling into the heart space can help you feel exactly what direction to go or what's meant for you next or what it is that you can be letting go of or releasing. We also have the Two of Swords. So there might be, you're kind of caught between, do I let this go? Do I try to double down and make it work? So there might be a bit of soul searching you're doing with careers, with relationships, with even personal projects, or just like, where do I go for my own self-development or my own, career or whatever it is. That's for you to decide. That's not decided yet, and it's not set in stone. So this is something you can shift, you can change, you can do for yourself if you choose to. That all being said, we have the Four of Pentacles. So some of you are choosing to kind of pull your energy back in certain capacities, maybe even with the ways that you show up with your financial abundance. You're not spending so much or having so much money flow out, and you're starting to save a little bit more. Those of you who have been saving and saving and saving, now might be the time that you are, deciding to spend a little bit of that savings on something that's going to enhance your life or, help benefit your business in some way. We also have here about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of Pentacles. So there is this element of patience as we go through this. It's not going to be just this destructive tower moment that happens all at once. It is funny because we did have the 8 of Wands, which is very quick moving, but we also have the 7 of Pentacles, which is very slow moving. So yes, the initial idea, aha, epiphany that needs to come through to help change your life will be very swift and quick, and you will get that, expertise of your own spirit's wisdom to be able to decipher or discern any confusion you have, to choose a side or pick a path or whatever it is that you're doing. But the actual implementation of that is going to take a bit of time, because really those big changes, the most steady changes we make usually take time. They're not an overnight thing, or we would have done it already, right? If it was just that quick and that easy, we would have already done it. So a lot of the big changes you're wanting to make in life are going to take a bit of time here. But we also have Justice. And then on the back of the deck sitting in my lap here is also the Star. So there is this element of balance that we all could benefit from implementing, and especially me as a Libra ascendant, who is like probably the least balanced person I've ever met. But that's the thing with Libra, especially Libra moons, Libra ascendants. Libra suns, I guess, they can be more balanced, I would say, than an ascendant or a moon sign. But Libra, like ascendants and moons specifically, incarnate at least part of our astrology to learn more balance or to structure our lives in a more balanced way, not just being all in on a relationship or all in on our own personal development, but finding the balance between the two. Or if it's personal life and career, finding the balance between the two, not just going all gung-ho on workaholic or all gung-ho on just personal development without actually, contributing to society. It's about finding the balance. But then we also have the star, which is about kind of coming full circle with our first tarot card out today of wish fulfillment, recognition, reward. This is the higher octave of the Nine of Cups. So this really is also about healing. There's a huge healing element to the star, which, as I always have to point out, comes after the Tower in the tarot. And that is going to be so fitting for us as we allow the destruction of those old root systems and just the dense heaviness that's just not serving our next evolution or next forward. We allow that to pass away. We can use that death energy of that Tower moment to act as the fertilizer from which our new dreams can be birthed. That's really what I see here. And this reading to me feels like this could take place over the next 6 months. Yes, we might have this idea of what it is we're implementing very quickly, meaning between now and the new moon or the next lunar eclipse on October 28th. So 8-ish days from now. So between now, and it's an 8 of Wands. So that makes perfect sense. Between now and next Saturday, October 28th, you're getting some really amazing clarity to any confusion you have about where to direct your energy, where to flow your energy. And then, of course, over the next several months, I would say up to the next 6 months, probably between now and April, next eclipse cycle, especially the 24th, whichever eclipse is happening on April 24th, between now and then, it's your time to shine, literally. Like I was saying at the beginning of the thing, I was hearing your time to shine. And of course, the star is out literally shining. Look at that. And the path ahead is not always going to be easy, but you have this like northern star, or like I almost said like northern lights, but like this North Star guiding you or directing you. And I'd also heard wish upon a star. So don't settle for, anything less than your wildest dreams here with this combination. Don't just settle for, I guess that would be good enough. Or no, aim high, because, as they say, at least if you miss, you'll be amongst the stars. Literally here. Yes. I love this reading for us. Look at us showing up and ready to just shift into this next highest version of ourselves. Not that the version that we currently are isn't good or great in its own way. It is. But, most, I don't want to say evolved humans. That sounds so pretentious. But you know what I mean? Most people who are here for a higher purpose, they don't ever, even if they feel they've reached that pinnacle of something, then they have a next new pinnacle they're wanting to reach for. A lot of people don't just get to that wish fulfillment and then just have a happily ever after. Most people want to continue or grow in another direction or try on another hat, So that's really what I feel is you're just on to your next evolution, whatever that looks like for you personally. Before we close out this reading, though, I did want to get a couple of oracle cards just to see if we can kind of hone in on what area of life. I mean, this to me feels like an overarching life cycle change, with the cycles card. It's not just one area or another, but let's just see what Spirit has to say about, that next cycle, that next evolution for us personally watching now and on the replay, what we need to know. Ooh, miracles. So very star and Nine of Cups energy coming in yet again. And it says, have faith in that your miracle's on the way. Your prayers have been answered. Surrender the how. So we don't need to know how all this is going to work out. We just need to know what it is we want to accomplish and maybe possibly why. Why is it this means so much to me? And then the how, let your spirit, let the universe take care of the how. Specifically, what area of life are we really going to start seeing an up level and a benefit if we can get that clear? If not, if we don't get clarity on that, it could just be so many different varied areas of life. It's not going to give us a clear message. Yeah, it's probably not gonna give us a clear message, but wherever you're setting your intention to level up, whether this is in a relationship, a career, just your own spiritual path, your own personal development, your own creative ideas or endeavors, whatever this looks like for you, some big milestone like having a baby, getting married, buying a house, buying a car, whatever big milestone that could be for you personally. By setting very clear intentions, and of course, also at the same time, very clear boundaries for anything that isn't set or like going in the direction of that intention, to not give it as much of your focus. But that's where that balance card with the justice is going to come in to allow you or help um, you know, just where you need to focus and not just go like if you're focused on your career, not to go completely off the rails with your own self care or your relationships with your friends, your family, your children, your spouse, your whoever that means something to you, but to find the balance in it all. Yes, you can hyper focus on one thing for a while, but you got to come back to the other side, or that what's it called, this thing, pendulum. The pendulum is going to swing one way and then it's going to swing rapidly back the other way eventually. So if we can kind of just keep that pendulum balanced, we're not going to have this huge whiplash effect of, oh my gosh, I got to put out a fire here, got to put out a fire here, oh my gosh, I'm being pulled over here, being pulled over there. To try to keep things more in balance, we're going to feel a lot more like we could take a better breath, especially with setting very clear intentions. I feel like I need one more from this deck. Just anything else we need to know. And we have your confidence. So I just heard fake it till you make it, which I kind of hate that phrase in a weird way, because really anything that we are wanting to make it as, we don't really need to fake, because there is this part of our spirit, maybe it even at times is our ego, that wants that because it knows that we already are that on our higher or deeper levels. So it's not really like we are technically faking anything if you really look at it and want to be honest as well. But just really tuning into that higher aspect of yourself will help you get the confidence you're seeking in whatever area of life you feel you're lacking that confidence. And then on the back of the deck, of course, we have change with the tower coming in our tarot portion of this reading. And then, of course, now here in the oracle. And the chameleon here, he almost is faking it till he makes it with the change of his colors, right? He can, I even heard the song Karma Chameleon, by Boy George and whatever his oh gosh, what was his cult? Was it Culture Club? I can't even remember the name of his band. Yes, but Karma Chameleon. There might even be some messages in that song for those of you that want to have that additional homework that I love passing out to those who want it, to see if there's an additional message in that song for you. And it might even be that you're thinking you have to repay all this karma, but really it's just you trying to fit into this, I heard, dead society. And I don't mean that society itself is dead, but like the Matrix version of society is passing away as we speak. There is a huge tower moment coming to the collective of the way things are and the way things used to be. They're not the same anymore. Things are shifting, things are changing. So I just think there's an additional message maybe in that song Karma Chameleon, and what that might mean. Let me catch up on your comments, and then we're going to dive first into Brianna, which I think I did see her wanting me to put a timestamp, which there's no problem there. I can absolutely do that for you. I talk so much, I got thirsty. Okay, so let's scroll back up. Hello. Thank you so much, Cheyenne. Yeah, earrings and hair on point. Well, I washed my hair yesterday, so we've got some nice, shiny, clean hair today. But I didn't want to just wear it down because, hello, we won't be able to see the wonderful earrings. So I put part of it up, most of it, not all of it. Put it up and out of my face mostly, just this little piece here. Just so we could see the earrings and appreciate the earrings, since we get to wear them about a few times a year. This time of season is all. Let's see. Oh, she wants a timestamp because people keep calling her. Hey, that might be a good thing. Lots of opportunities coming in. We got Florence's question for right after we catch up here. Oh, Cheyenne wanted to tell me that I formally declined the joint position 2 days ago. I actually said it's a hard no to my boss, and her face changed, but she was kind and it felt good to say no. Yes. Oh, this was on Microsoft Teams, not in person. I figured it was somehow, since she is, if I remember correctly, on maternity leave. Yes, that's awesome. I'm so glad, though, that you were able to, speak your truth and speak your worth by speaking your truth. That's so powerful. Hello, Shauna. And Shauna made a donation as well. Let's go ahead and update that list. Yeah, you hate that phrase too, fake it till you make it. Yeah. I mean, there's really no having to fake something that we know deep down can or should or would be us if we just put in the effort or the time or whatever it is, right? It also feels sometimes a bit precarious trying to get ourselves energetically where we know we want to be or could be. But let's see. Yes, we have Florence B and then Shauna for a one card read. Let's get Shauna on our list. And enjoy. One card. Okay. Boom. There is our current running list. Nose is itchy, so there's some good luck coming for somebody. And that somebody just might be Brianna, because her question is first on our list here today. Florence is on deck, and then Shauna's one card read right after Florence. Okay, so let's go over to my email for Brianna's question, which is as follows. Amanda, it's been a while. You even have a new addition to the family. Yes, we have our new little dog, Ruthie, which I did show a quick little picture of the two cuddling. Let me just show one more, and then we're going to get into Brianna's question. Let's see. What's a good one to show? What's a good one to show? Her just being cute. Well, here's her with Wrigley. I mean, it's not the best picture of Wrigley, but here's her being cute yesterday. He wanted to send his friend a picture. And then there's him and her again. And then him and Arthur, Mr. Arthur, big boy. Yes, so proud dog mom, I guess. People probably never want to see pictures of your dogs and kids, but hey, whatever. Okay, so let's get into Brianna's question. Thank you so much for the congrats on the new edition. I appreciate that. Will you give me a timeless reading that I can reference for the next 3 months regarding my personal development and growth? I ask that it be clear and answer any subconscious questions, concerns that I may have. Absolutely. Let's get that clarity our Queen Brianna is seeking, and especially over these next 3 months. So November 20th, December 20th through January 20th. That's the next 3 months specifically for her question here. And we're going to shift. I picked this one up, so I have a reason behind it. This is the Unknown Tarot. It's got Halloween vibes as well, but not quite just a Halloween deck. It's more a fall or autumn deck than just specific Halloween, so I appreciate it. All right, let's get into it. Clear and concise message for Brianna. Oh, let's timestamp. Timestamping 2706, Brianna. B degree. Yeah, 2706, I think I said. Okay, we got the timestamp. All righty then. So here we go. Brianna, clear and concise message for personal development over the next 3 months. Ooh, very interesting. We have 2 sevens here, which sevens in and of themselves are very spiritual, very introspective. With the 7 of swords in this deck, there's this element of lying, cheating, stealing, or feeling that someone is lying or cheating or stealing from you. This to me feels more energetically or even like entity interference. It's not so much that the people in your life or especially any significant other that you might have, is lying, cheating, or stealing, from you or on you. No, I don't see it like that. This feels more like the Matrix, basically, the man getting involved in your business. Could even be like government, like you're having to pay more taxes or something like that, that just feels unfair, but, we do it because we kind of almost feel forced or have to. That's more what this feels like to me than, someone singling you out and targeting you or for attack. So this is more just like a mundane, got to deal with the crap to get to the good stuff in life kind of vibe. And then this really is about doubling down and really figuring out your stance on like personal boundaries, specifically when it does come to your own self-care or, sorry, I got a dog hair on my mouth, or time spent just really developing yourself, your spiritual side, learning things that feel, beneficial to you, whatever that looks like for you specifically. So you're going to almost have to try to defend yourself against like distractions or people saying, hey, let's go do this thing or let's go do that thing. Of course, if it feels in alignment at the time, you can absolutely say yes. But this is really about finding the time and setting the proper boundaries to give yourself the time and space you need to be able to focus on your personal development. So you might just find all these distractions and at times even feel just ungrounded or unfocused or just feeling like binge watching a show or just hanging out with friends and over drinks or something rather than focusing on your own personal development. Which, I get it. Sometimes we do feel like we need more people. So of course, using your intuition is going to be your best bet here. Hey, Kirsten, welcome, welcome. It's going to be your best bet here to determine when to pull back from other people's energy, and then of course when to allow yourself a night off to go hang out with friends, or binge watch that TV show or whatever it is that's not really contributing to your personal development. Yeah, because you might even have this like sense of FOMO because you are kind of going like what's the guy's name? I don't know. If you look up monk mode on YouTube, just look up monk mode. The guy, I think his name might be Aman or something like that. He talks about like taking time, like usually it's like a 90-day process where you just quit all social media, and even like in your day-to-day life, you're not going out with people all the time, and you just go monk mode, meaning like you're like hyper focused on your own spiritual journey or your own business or whatever it is you're trying to develop or create or enhance in your life. That doesn't mean you have to ghost everybody specifically, but just again, going back to the very clear boundaries. And some people just will not get it, but that's on them. That's not so much on you, Brianna. But this is about you. Yes, you might, hear that people are doing this and people are doing that, and it kind of gives you that FOMO or the fact that, well, I feel like I'm missing out on everything because I'm so hyper focused on this one thing or developing myself. You're not, though. You're not missing out really on much. And of course, again, this to me feels like Christmas time. We've got the snow, we've got like the church, the stained glass window here. To me, it reminds me of like the one and only time of year that I used to go to church would be with like my in-laws on Christmas Eve. And I didn't go for my own spiritual personal development. I just went because they expected or just hoped or wanted me to go. So I just kind of went along with it. But it didn't really feel in alignment to me, especially specifically Christmas. And what Christmas actually is, Saturnalia. If you don't know anything about that, I went down a rabbit hole. I want to say it was 2017, Christmas of 2017. And of course, Christmas 2016, I was already like major awakening things, and I just was not in alignment with anything Christmas related at the time. But it really took the joy out of Christmas for me, and I just had to kind of reprogram myself just to enjoy Christmas for what it is for me and my family. So there might even be this element of Christmas just isn't what it once was, or holidays just they hit different. But that doesn't mean they're gonna feel like deflated forever. And again, part of the reason the holidays might hit different for you, Brianna, specifically, is probably because Mama Monica. There's that element of this. But let's just see anything else specifically for her development. It's interesting because I think the biggest thing is just you being able to focus on yourself without feeling like you're letting anyone down or missing out on all these fun things other people have going on, and just finding the balance. And again, refer back to our collective reading that's basically going to span the next 6 months, not just the next 3, but the next 6 months. And there's a lot of threads that are running through this reading for you, and then the collective we just did. Yeah. So you're going to be inspired, though, to cut what you need to cut out. And again, doesn't mean you have to cut people out of your life forever, or certain things that you like to spend time doing that maybe others might deem a waste of time, or you personally might deem a waste of time because they're not contributing to your self-development path. But subconsciously, you're going to know which social medias to mute, which relationships to kind of mute for a while, and which ones that you can bring along with you, and maybe even have an ally or kind of an accountability partner in your corner to help you keep going when you feel like you're losing the wind in your sails or that. But this has got to be somebody you can trust yourself to be vulnerable with. This could be a friend, a sister, a significant other, whatever that looks like for you, that you can share. Maybe not every single little thing you've got going on if that doesn't align for you, but at least they can, cheer you on when you're feeling like low energy on something. Or, they can be the one to say, it's actually not that great out here with the rest of us generally. So keep on trucking, sister. It's fine. You're not missing out on much. But also maybe even, I see like unsubscribing from different emails or newsletters, or even subscription boxes if you do anything like that. Just unsubscribing from just needless noise. And that could literally be just unsubscribing from the people at work who keep chattering in your ear that you don't really care. It's not relevant to you, and it's splitting your focus. So whatever that looks like, unsubscribe literally or more figuratively. You're unsubscribing from just noise that's unneeded, just unnecessary noise. So I hope that resonated, Brianna. Thanks again for your lovely donation. Right. And of course, check out that collective reading because it kind of gives this extended reading of what we just did for you. Sorry, the way that my like upper lip like downturns, I always get like lipstick stuck in the corners of my mouth, and then I get all subconscious or subconscious, self-conscious about it. I feel like Grumpy Cat, like my resting D face, like see that? But that's a thing. That's something I got from my grandma, who passed away in 2020. So like when I see it, I'm kind of reminded of her. So like it doesn't make me mad. It doesn't make me upset. But like I just have to purposely try to smile more because my resting bee face can be like a grumpy cat. I can look very just like doing my own thing or focusing on something. I can look very angry without meaning to. Yeah. All right, so up next we got Florence, and she already has her question out. I'm not sure if Florence wanted a timestamp or not, but I can definitely do that real quick. 35:35. What a cool timestamp for Florence B. All right. And Arthur is downstairs yodeling in his crate. The kids must be bothering him, or in the room, because he's fine if you're not in the room. In the crate, like he'll just settle down. But if you're in the crate and he sees you, he's like, well, why aren't you playing with me? Why aren't we hanging out? I don't know if you guys can hear him. It's cute, but I feel so sad for him. All right, tuning out, Arthur. Sorry. All right, let's tune in to Florence G's energy, and we're tuning back into this tarot deck as well. So let me scroll up for her question, which wasn't too far up here. Yes. Okay. Question: is motherhood something my soul wants to experience in this lifetime? If so, is there a time frame for that coming up, and how can I prepare? Okay. So specifically the way that you ask the question about your soul wanting to experience something. Let's all get this on the table. I've said it many, many times, but just in case you've never heard me say it or what have you. The soul in and of itself is a matrix construct. So it is a lot of times feeding the matrix agenda. I want to tune more into your actual spirit, your true spirit that exists outside this matrix or any manipulation systems, your true essence. That's what we want to tune into to see if motherhood is something that your spirit, your true essence that exists outside this matrix wants to experience in this lifetime. So let's just tune in first and foremost to see if that is something that your true essence wants to experience in this lifetime. And we have the 2, 4, yeah, of course, the 7 of Cups, which is about options. It's about confusion, not really sure if you want to go down that road or not. So you can if you want to, or you don't have to if you don't want to. So this is basically saying your spirit is leaving it up to your human aspect to decide if this is something you want to do or not. This is not something that was predestined like some people. Their spirit is destined to, bring other spirits into this realm. Other people have the option, and other people are just not participating whatsoever. You have the option as the human to decide what you want to do, because it can be a big part of your path and it will take your destiny one way, or just being kind of a mothering, nurturing energy for the world at large, or pets or plants or, friends. You might have even been called the mom of your friend group at times back in the past, or even in the present moment. People feel like you're such a mom energy because you're always checking in. You always care about people's well-being, and you always are curious, about the trials and tribulations they're going through, how they're faring through those, passages of life. So there is a very motherly energy underlying, even if you yourself don't feel very motherly on the surface. Deep down, there is this nurturing and motherly energy that you do have that you could give the world, or you could give your own children, whatever that looks like for you. But let's just see. Anything else? Yeah, Queen of Wands. So again, this is her owning whatever it is she wants to do. If she wants to be a mother, nothing's going to stop her. If she doesn't want kids at all, nothing's going to make her have kids. Again, this is putting the power, the sovereignty into your human aspect's hands to decide for the human aspect, because the human aspect is the one that has to be the mother and, change the diapers and feed the child and, raise the child all the way up through, age 18 and beyond, because hardly any mother I know just quits being a mother when their child reaches 18. It's like a lifelong commitment. Um, and she is the one deciding here. And we're tuning into this lifetime and specifically you as the human aspect. And I did drop a card and I want to find it there. Is that it? Oh, I got lots of cards on the floor and I'm hearing that they are part of your reading. And some of these aren't even part of the deck that we are doing. What the heck? How'd they end up down there? I don't know, but they're part of your reading as well. So let's get into it. We also have the King of Swords. So King of Swords. So this is about speaking into reality, whatever it is you want to experience. And if you're undecided right now, Florence, there's no, even if you feel like, oh, my biological clock is ticking, I better make a choice here and now. There really is no rush. There really is no rush because when you know that that's going to be part of your path or not, you'll know. And the timing will be just right if it is something you want to experience, or if it's not, you'll just know when the timing is right that it's not part of your experience. Again, it's up to you to decide. We also had these two that were not even part of what I was trying to consider this reading, but they were just on the floor. And when I dropped the one card, there they were. So there might be some clearing or cleansing of past energy, past connections, just decluttering your life in like physical, literal, mental, emotional, spiritual, just decluttering your energy before you decide or before the clarity of the decision of motherhood comes into play and you take a leap either to go all in on just living your best life as a woman without children or becoming a mother. Again, the choice is yours. The choice is yours here. I feel like we need, is it this deck? Yeah, let's get one from this deck. Just anything else to help tune into what is most meant to be for Florence for experiencing motherhood in this lifetime and any time frame, if we can get a time frame. We have emotional energy. So there's a lot of emotional decluttering, specifically going back to that declutter message here. A lot of emotional baggage you are offloading or letting go of before you make your final choice or your ultimate decision here. But it says emotions are messengers to be met with appropriate attention, action, and gratitude. So emotions don't usually just arise for no reason unless we're having severe like psychic attacks, spiritual like entities coming in to attack you through your own thought process, your own emotional state. That can happen, and it does happen very regularly for most people. So you're not like, some rare case that's if this is happening to you. But for the most part, our emotions, when they are like organic and they arise organically, even if we can't really point to why we're feeling the way we are, a lot of times that is our, energy field picking up on something we're ready to let go of or release or process in some way. So there's some processing. And again, with the number 25 here, very spiritual number, adds up to a 7. You really are doing some deep spiritual and emotional purging and processing before you make your ultimate decision or take that final leap of faith, whatever direction you do decide to go. As far as timing goes, timing of this decision, either to be a mother or not, when is this coming up and how to prepare? So when is this time frame? Okay, so we have the Chariot. Again, this is all, you are in the driver's seat here, my friend. So there really is no exact time that you have to have this figured out by. You'll just know when you know when you know. Which I know is not a final answer or like a solid answer for you to be able to grab onto and take charge. But at the same time, there's a lot more travel that you want to do before, or even a trip that you're taking that is going to solidify or kind of finalize your path. Be it I want to be a mother, or I think I'm good. Whichever direction you decide to go, you might even have this epiphany while on a trip or a travel endeavor. As far as preparing for whatever the outcome is, being a mother or not, the world. Okay, again, travel. Lots of travel here. Yeah, you're going to have this major awakening, major epiphany on either becoming a mother or not while on a extended trip is what I'm hearing. And correct me if I'm wrong, Florence, but I think you do a decent amount of extended trips throughout the year. So if you have another extended trip coming up, it might not be the very next one, but the one after that is kind of the time frame I'm getting. So if you don't have anything planned yet, of course, allow divine timing to guide you, and of course your own, wants and needs and desires as far as travel goes. So it might not be your next extended trip, but the one after that. So if you're taking like a weekend trip here, a weekend trip there, I wouldn't really count those as extended. I would consider the one you took through, I think it was Italy where you were, or wherever you most recently were. Was it Portugal even maybe? I can't quite remember, but that more weeks and weeks long trip that you took, that to me feels more like an extended trip. So not the very next extended trip you take, but the one after that. Hope that makes sense. Hope I haven't confused you further. Oh, you're going on a trip in, oh, Portugal and Spain. Yeah, not Italy, Spain. It was Spain. Okay, so it's not going to be the November trip. Although that being said, don't completely discount epiphanies you might get during that trip. Because, I mean, it very well could, again, because you are the one in the driver's seat here with this combination. Ain't nobody telling you what to do, Florence. You are totally in control or in the driver's seat of your own destiny here. So if you want those answers this next trip, then by golly, you can make it happen. Oh, Peru. Okay, that to me feels so in alignment with, I got chills. Ding, 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 we have a winner. I have major chills all down my legs, all up my head, everywhere. Yes, if you decide to make this Peru trip happen, or whatever it is you decide after this November trip to make happen, that's when you're going to get your answers, or at least have a better understanding of what direction you're wanting to go for motherhood in the future. All right, Florence, I hope that resonated for you. But again, there's no need to or have to. This is a want to or desire to in this incarnation. You don't have to do anything you don't want to. And that's not just even the childhood, having a child. This is anything in life. There is no, you have to do this or you need to do that. This is, what lights my spirit on fire? That's the direction I'm going. Or, ooh, I don't think that aligns with me. I'm not going that direction. It's all up to you, my dear. And that is a gift, because there are other people I read for that their future doesn't feel so up in the air because there's a lot of soul contracts and just interference that I don't really feel at all with you. You're very free compared to a lot of people I read for. So that is, I guess, a blessing and a curse. As far as it's a blessing because the whole world is your oyster, and a curse as far as anything could happen, which, I mean, I guess could also be a blessing. But for some people, they're like, I just want to know the answer. Tell me the answer. I can't really do that with you, Florence, with this specific thing, because you're in charge here, and whatever you say goes. So you may not have made up your mind yet as far as one way or another. So I'm not going to be the one to tell you, you have to do this or you have to do that. You can tell yourself, you have to do this or have to do that. I hope that, gave you a bit of clarity and guidance. And we went a bit long on your reading, but I felt like we needed to give you a little extra tender, loving care with this question specifically today. So the choice is yours, my dear. That's pretty much what we're summing it up to. And it can happen whenever or however you want it to. And no one's going to tell you differently. All right. So it's kind of a non-answer kind of answer reading for you, but sometimes those are the best because you have more control here than you maybe thought you did. So yay. Yes, you are free. I love it. All right, Shauna. Let's do Shauna's one card read. And I think that is our last donation. But don't go anywhere, friends, because we are still doing our giveaway and we are still doing our drawing. I always do this because it's in here. All the past names from all the past drawings that have not been drawn yet are still available to be drawn, at least until I give up on this whole drawing thing. They're going to just keep accumulating in there because we only pull one, maybe sometimes two. I accidentally pulled two one live stream. Usually only one name comes out, but usually at least 5, 6, 8 names go in every live stream. So yeah, we're just going to keep building up, building up, building up. But the more times you put your name in and the more times you're not drawn, you're still getting very likely to be drawn at some point, right? You're going to win at some point. All right, Shauna would like to know, will my marriage reconcile and will it be soon? I would like peace and overflow of blessings. All blessed. Yes, let's tune in. I'm feeling like going to the after tarot. I know it's not all fall aesthetic or Halloween aesthetic, but hey, I'm going where I'm drawn. So that's what we're doing. So that might even tell us that this is not happening during the autumn season, which ends December 20th, thereabouts, give or take a day or two. I think the solstice is on around December 20th, 21st, somewhere in there. So it's definitely probably not going to happen before then because I didn't feel the pull to use an autumn-themed deck. But let's tune in for Shauna, tuning into Shauna's lovely energy, wanting to know about the marriage, reconciliation, if that's possible, and will it be soon? Okay. Ooh, we have King of Wands. So this is like your husband's energy. So let's see what his intentions are, because yes, absolutely, Cheyenne. We're still here and kicking. Absolutely. Let's tune into your husband's intention and energy. It's very interesting because right now it's almost like he's made up his mind and he doesn't want to entertain a future with you. And it has really nothing to do with you. I know that sounds so like, what? You just said he doesn't want a future with me, but it has nothing to do with me? Well, that doesn't make sense. But what I see is he's got so much of his own just crap and just yuckiness going on that it's like he's really focusing on that right now. And any like, because normally the cloud will, offer up the opportunity. And in the traditional depiction, the person doesn't even see the opportunity. It's like in the peripheral, like not even quite in that, like more like that blind spot of the peripheral vision. The opportunity is about to come in. Well, with the after tarot, the opportunity was offered. The person took it and then they're like, yeah, no. So to me, this feels like if there is going to be a reconciliation, Shauna, it's not going to probably be until 2024 because he's got his own I'm hearing like demons he's wrestling with. So like, probably not literally, but like just his own mental health and sadness, possibly work stuff even, especially if he's not very fulfilled in his career. He's just got a lot of almost animosity for his career. And if you don't know that to be the case, that could have just been something that has shifted since you guys have kind of separated or wherever your current status is considered. But let's see for Shauna what this time frame looks like. Okay, Knight of Swords. It's very interesting because we said maybe not until 2024, but if you will know probably in January, maybe not quite even as far as February. So I'm saying by the end of January of 2024, you're going to know your answer, whether it is you're going to reconcile or you're not. Yeah, you don't know your status. So that really does kind of confuse things. It can even confuse the timeline or time frame. But one thing you can do, Shauna, if this marriage is something you want to work out, to do quantum jumping meditations. Oh, 1227. Yeah, and I don't know if he's like got you blocked or ghosted or whatever, but if you do have a way to reach out to him, I would say that would probably be very important, is to just try to reach out to him and let him know where you're coming from or how you feel or what your intentions are. And that might kind of kick him in the butt to, do something or make a move. But yeah, let's see. Quantum jumping meditation. So you can look that up on YouTube or even on like Google or whatever to get some guidance, because a lot of times when you go into a quantum jumping meditation, you can envision yourself a timeline where you are reconciling, if that is something you want to do. If you just kind of want to play it by ear, or even consult your own true spirit and say, whatever's in my highest good, please direct me in that way. Because it might not be in your highest good to reconcile this marriage. It might be in your highest good instead to go your own way for a while. To move to Maryland with him full time. Oh, you're in Georgia. Okay. So let's see. So if that is what you want and you want to kind of speed this process up, quantum jumping and then envisioning the future you're planning here could help you realize that future even sooner. But let's just see. Ooh, yes. There is something you're walking away from. So that could be the house. If you are preparing to sell that house and then move away, this could absolutely indicate that. He's listening to his mom who's evil toward you. Yeah. This also, though, at the heart of this card, it is walking away from something that you once felt very emotionally connected, very emotionally attached to, and now you're walking away and letting it go, which could be a breakup. It could be. But again, that could be moving from a place that you share these really beautiful memories with your husband, selling the house where you shared these beautiful memories. That could be the same energy. Let's see if we can get clarity on if this is just you moving or literally moving on from the relationship itself. So is this moving? Ooh, I'm taking 2 for that. Or is this the relationship itself for Shauna? Okay. All right, so moving, we have... Yeah. Queen of Pentacles. So there's literal material world stuff. And then anxiety or stress you might have about this move, but you're being freed of some anxiety or stress regarding the move. Because the Queen of Pentacles herself is very material, material world things like taking care of a home, running a business, these kind of things, nurturing children if you have them, or nurturing a relationship if you have that. As far as basically moving on from the relationship, we kind of, in a way, have a yes. So again, we can complicate this even further for you, Shauna, which I'm trying not to do, but there is a certain element of soul searching you're doing to make this choice for yourself. Kind of like we were getting with Florence. This relationship is not that you have to be karmically tied to this person or that you have to break up. No, the choice really is going to lie with you and, of course, also him because he's part of this equation. But in a roundabout way, this could be telling me you're at the very least walking away. Where did I put that card? Here it is. At the very least, you're walking away from the old way of your relationship, meaning the old toxicity, the old resentments, the old cycles, the old baggage, and moving in a new direction if it is together. Otherwise, we could take this as you're literally moving on from the relationship as a whole and being single for a while and then maybe eventually moving into a different relationship. Again, this is for you to do your own soul searching about what feels most in alignment with you. What is it you want most out of this whole scenario? And where you see yourself in your future and where feels the most fitting for your spirit in the future. And we can only go as far as he's willing to go. And if he's closed off and literally pouring out that Ace of Cups, to me, that almost says like he's done emotionally. He's done. Again, though, does that mean he's done with the way things were and wants a new, fresh start with you? Or does that mean he's just done? And again, depending on what timeline you shift to, it could be one, it could be the other. But I really do see you kind of working out. Yeah. Because there's still passion here. There's still that deep love and desire for each other on both sides. This is not just a one-sided thing when this comes out. It's a mutual attraction. So there is even maybe this like soul essence burning between the two of you, soulmate type of energy. So if this is something you want to rekindle and have become on and popping again, basically, you can have that. But if this is something you want to phase out and heal from and be over with, that can be the case too. So between now and January, I would say, Shauna, just do the soul searching, reach out to him if that's possible, if that's feasible, and just see where he's sitting. You know, what fence is he sitting on, if it's on a fence? What does he want to do? And, you know, again, with his mother's interference, that can really muddy the waters with his true intention to you. And that could be that he's holding that Ace of Cups and she's like, dump it out, dump it out, dump it out. And he doesn't want to, but he does because she tells him to. There could be an element of that going on too. I think there's just much more that we should need information-wise to get into this that we can cover in a one-card read, which we've already gone well beyond one card. You know what I mean? Yeah, he keeps bringing up lies that his mother said. Yeah, over a month became really ill behind the stress. Oh, that is so hard. I'm so sorry you're going through this, Shauna. This just feels like nasty. And not so much that you're nasty. No. And not so much that he's nasty. I mean, I think he can be. But there's so much nastiness from that mother interference. It's just not, it's not fun. Definitely not fun energy to be in. And it's really hard. So my heart does go out to you. This is not something that anyone should have to experience. Yeah, she yelled at you and told you I took her son. Well, sons should be ripe for the taking, so to speak. Once they become of age, it's not like you took her little baby away. No, he's of age and he made choices and he's allowed. He's an adult. That just tells you how warped and just untrue her own internal thought process is. If she views the fact that he married someone he loved as you taking her baby away, that's so not what happened here. But that's how she's interpreting it. So, of course, everything that comes from her is completely skewed from that warped perspective. And whether he buys that warped perspective or not, I guess, is on him. You know, that's hard energy. Yeah. Even if he was absolutely, which I do feel there, he is in love with you, absolutely. But even if he was 100% gung-ho, head over heels in love with you, and still has this mother influence of, she stole you from me. that's already hard to deal with. But if he's kind of like, I don't know what to do, and he just keeps hearing her warped perspective, that's gonna, really muddy the waters for him as far as his own pure spirit intentions go with this relationship. It's gonna be really difficult. Not that it already hasn't been. I think it already has been very difficult for probably both of you. And you're really the receiving end of a lot of this. And then he's just stuck in the middle. And it's not fair to him either, but it's definitely not fair to you either. So, all right. Well, big hugs to you, Shauna, and I hope you get your clarity well before January. But this could take as long as January if people are dragging their feet, or you're just not hearing from your husband. It could take as long as January, but I would say between now and January itself, you're going to be getting very clear answers as to how you personally move forward, whether that is in this relationship or whether that is you going your separate way. All right. Let's get a quick drink of water and we'll get to Cheyenne's question. Thanks again for your donation, Shauna, and we are wishing you nothing but the best. This has to just feel like such a limbo, purgatory kind of energy, and my heart really does go out to you, my dear. All right, so Cheyenne, I think, posted her question over on the chat. Okay, I'm still a bit sad as I feel my work ethic has been exploited. Oh, absolutely, absolutely more. I hope to get my new job by February, but my pain keeps storing in my cheeks. Could I have a few words from my true spirit, please? Yes. I'm feeling like we need the after tarot for your question as well, so we're going to tune in. Tuning into Cheyenne's lovely, wonderful energy. Every time I shuffle like close to the table, I completely spill over all my little sections of paper that I want to write the giveaway names on. The drawing names. I keep calling it the giveaway. Okay, so let's tune in. For Cheyenne, she's still a bit sad. She feels her work ethic has been exploited more. Absolutely. She hopes to get that new job by February, but her pain keeps storing in her cheeks. Okay. Ooh, look at this. Yeah, trust your intuition, but there might be more there with this whole work situation than meets the eye. So there might be some just tuning in even deeper on a deeper level. Or again, kind of maybe jumping to a timeline where they stop exploiting your energy. I mean, that could also be a potential. But again, I do see you being able to go somewhere where you do feel appreciated and never have to have this dip in appreciation or being exploited, and then you come back up from it. Because a lot of times, if it, like, say, we'll call it Acme Widget Company for just sake of argument here. So you work at this place for say 3-4 years, and at one point they really exploit your energy, but then they like want to make it up to you, and then they start paying you more, and they're starting to treat you good. But there's always going to be in the back of your mind, what if they exploit me again? What if they exploit me again at Acme Widget Company? So it's almost best to leave Acme Widget Company, whatever your exact job is called, and go to somewhere where you just feel taken care of and respected and given a fair shake, a fair wage, a fair everything from day one and on. Because again, even if they start making things right for a while, there will always be in the back of your mind, like, what if the other shoe drops? What if they start doing that again? And you don't want to probably live in that kind of weird limbo kind of energy for long, which you've already kind of been living in that with, are they going to pay you, that back pay that they owe you? Are they going to, cough that up like they should? Or are they not? And that's just not fair to you. It's not fair to you at all, especially with how open and honest and just motivated you are to do the best job you possibly can for, this university and they barely want to give you what you're worth. That is just so monumentally unfair. Yeah, it's time to move on. Absolutely. And the world, this is beautiful energy actually for the ending of one cycle of your career to start something new. And it might even come that you decide to leave, and you don't have to go like across the world literally or anything, but you leave one job and go on a trip. And going on any kind of travel or trip, even if it's just, a town or two over, it doesn't have to be some big planned out, extravagant, expensive trip. It does not have to be that way. But a lot of times going on a trip can really ground us into new energy. It can really open our eyes to new experiences, new opportunities, in ways that we wouldn't even expect. So there's maybe a trip coming up, or it may not even be planned yet, or it could be just as a result of this reading, you're like, okay, let me plan a little, inexpensive, it doesn't have to be crazy, trip. It can be a solo trip, it can be a trip with your sister, it can be a trip with friends, or what have you, whatever it is, whatever this resonates most with you. It doesn't even have to be by the end of this year, but whenever you decide, that can almost close out one chapter of your career to help you start another. But let's just see. As far as, yeah, I agree. My boss is lovely on a personal level, but I think university's ethos, yeah, is to do, right? I've been there a year come February, yeah. And it's just not right to keep giving and giving and giving and not really get much back as a result. Isn't that like the definition of insanity? Not saying you're insane, but like, you know, we will come to these realizations that I'm giving and giving and giving, and I'm not really getting that equal energy exchange. So why do I keep doing this to myself? We all at time to time go through these kind of phases in our lives, in relationships, at careers, at different things. Let's just see, as far as the pain in her cheeks and any words of advice or wisdom, the pain that keeps storing in her cheeks as a result of all of this. Wow. Yeah, you're going to be able to overcome that. Yeah, all this is going to be like, I would say even less than a year from now, you're going to look back and be like, oh, thank goodness that's over. But like, I'm glad it happened because it kind of pushed me out of my comfort zone, and made me kind of seek other opportunities that I might not have gone after if all of that wasn't going on at my job. Like, that's how I really read this energy. It's not that you're going to be missing out on anything. And in fact, you're going to have so much to gain by going through this bit of trial and tribulation here with what you're currently going through, which, it does feel like a lot, obviously, because you're going through it right now. But when you have that hindsight being 2020 perspective of this now being in the past for you, you're going to be like, actually, thank you, university, for not giving me my due or not giving me what I was worth, because look where I am now because I decided to take a leap of faith in a new direction. Like, that's what I see. But also, as far as your pain and everything goes, you're going to have victory over that. Yeah, this to me feels like an offer of love as well, which I know has nothing to do with your career reading and all that. But like, as a result of you using your intuition, seeing beyond the veil or seeing to the truth of whatever the situation is here, closing out that cycle, going in a new direction will lead you to the front door of your new love life. So that's kind of a side note, I guess, to all of this. But yeah, this is beautiful. Yeah, it sucks to go through it, absolutely. And my heart does go out to you because this is so wrong, like that they are treating you like this. But like, yeah, you just brought up love life too. Oh, the job is connected to the next job with potentially future love. Boom. Exactly. And you may not have met him if things were going swimmingly at this university currently. Let's put it that way. Yes. So yes, these people seem very lovely, as personal people, your boss and probably your coworkers, and maybe even the administrators at the university that are making, these rules about, okay, we'll pay you this much and not this much. But at the same time, the energy's directing you or trying to push you somewhere else. Yeah. You'll be signing a different contract. And I really do see this being, you'll have it lined up before February. So you may be writing out this contract through February or whenever it is that it ends, but you already have something lined up. As long as you kind of start putting your feelers out right now or in the very near future, you'll have no problem not only finding something that feels in alignment with you, but it pays better. And I'm so excited. Like, the energy that just flooded me right now, Cheyenne, you are settling for where you're at currently. You're going to look back and be like, wow, I was really settling. You're not going to feel that at this next place. Even if this next place feels slightly temporary at first, I think it will evolve into something that's going to be more long-term for you. So yes, and you're going to be very happy and you're going to be learning a lot. And I really do, with the Hierophant energy here, for the two things that you, or the three things that you could be involved with, could be university, could be hospital, could also be, what was the third thing? Religious things, but I don't really see that as the direction you're going here. But that would be the three things here. But it could very well be with children. If that is what your heart is desiring most, put that out there as the intention. A job that pays well, that to me feels very research heavy. So this probably is a hospital, but it will be fundamentally mostly children, if not all children you're working with, if that's the intention that you're setting. Yes, the man is in a hospital by the docks here in Dublin, as per Spirit said years ago. Okay, there we go. So yeah, just set your intention that you're going to be working with those children and meeting this person through or by way of that job. Again, I don't see that you're working side by side with him or anything, but your work somehow comes into contact with him in a way. Oh, you're a researcher, currently collaborate with hospitals now too. Okay, there you go. Boom. That's exactly what it is. It feels like it will be research driven, so probably through a university, but working in tandem with a hospital. Yeah, that's or multiple hospitals, not maybe just one, but multiple. Yeah, that's what this next place or job feels like to me. One more. Yeah, yes, good clarity right there. Yes, they're saying yes, that's what this will be. Okay, boom, we got it. Okay, you're doing it, Cheyenne. So yes, just dream big. Don't settle. Don't settle. Even just start applying for things that may not even be open if that's even a potential. If you know how to get in somewhere where you're applying, or just inquiring, maybe making some phone calls, sending out some emails, just saying, hey, I'm really interested in this. I don't know if you have a position at your research place or your university or what have you. But I'm very willing to learn and contribute, and I'm excited about my future. You just might find a job that way. I mean, you just never know. But just be very on the lookout for any opportunity. Yes, and some of these opportunities might even come to you. You just never know. So just be open. Be open, and of course, set proper boundaries. You don't want just any old opportunity. You want the best. You want something that you're not settling for. You want something not just on your level, but maybe a level or two above that you can really just work your way toward. And yeah, I think you mentioned water cooler talk at the office, right? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you just never know. You might overhear something and it's the exact thing you need to start that, journey in the new direction. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yes. So just keep those ears open to all the surrounding noise. All right. Big hug, Cheyenne. We are wishing you so much luck. And no, at least I am. Absolutely. All right. Let me just double check that we didn't have any other donations. We're going to get into our giveaway. Giveaway time. Giveaway time. Okay. Who is ready for the giveaway? Who's ready? All right. We're going to be doing this just like normal. We're going to be doing a card pull. You're going to tell me what tarot card I am pulling out of the deck. There's 5 people here, or so it says. So hopefully we have at least a few people contributing to our giveaway today. So here's not so much the rules, but the directions. Just start rattling off all of the tarot cards you can think of or that come to your intuition. And the first person to guess or use their intuition to decide what tarot card I'm pulling out of this deck right now, will win the reading. Okay. And if we're going and going and going and no one's getting it, I will narrow it down here and there. Okay. So let's start us out with a narrow down. It is not a major arcana. So it's going to be one of the suits. And it's also not a court card. So it's going to be ace through 10 of a suit. So your cups, your pentacles, your swords, your pentacles, wands. Okay, there's all 4 right there. Had to think. So not a court card and not major arcana. I can't think on the spot. Ace through 10 of something. And if we're going and going and we're not getting it, I'll narrow down to the suit. 1 through 10 of the suit. See a decent amount of you guessing within the suit that we are going for. So keep on guessing or keep on using that intuition. Because whoever gets this, of course, the card itself is part of your reading as well. Even if you don't know your question yet, that doesn't matter. Spirit knows. We're close. I knew Cheyenne was going to win. I just had a feeling. The 3 of Wands, my friends. Yes, Cheyenne has won. 3 of Wands. So go ahead and post your question, my dear. We're going to get right into it for you. Yes, the 3 of Wands, which is about making plans with the 2 of Wands and then finally being able to take action on those plans. Trips can also be involved with the 3 of Wands, and also your ship coming in. Your abundance is finally here kind of vibe. Again, this does feel near future, not so much that it's already arrived, but it's very near future for you, Cheyenne. So go ahead and post your question. All right. And funny, because in the traditional Rider-Waite depiction of the 3 of Wands, the person is standing on the dock looking over the water, which, hey, that could be your love interest, right? The future love working near the docks. Love it. Oh, Brandy Lynn. Yeah. She got it. She got it pretty quick today. And while we're waiting for Cheyenne's question, whoever wants to be entered into the giveaway, let's put an 88 in the chat and I will write your name down. Ooh, sorry if that was too loud for those of you with headphones on. I did not mean to hit it that hard. But put your 88 in the chat. That will let me know you want your name to be written and put into our perpetual drawing. And then we will draw a name for today's winner. And of course, if you're not drawn today, you still have a chance or an opportunity to be included in future live streams. Brandy Lynn. We know we have at least a few Brandy Lynns in that perpetual drawing by now. Are you enjoying the spooktacular, Brandy Lynn, over on Sarah Cannon's channel, Heart Readings? I think it's on actually your Sarah Cannon channel, though. Yeah. So fun. Oh, let me show you. Let me just make sure you see. Yes, Brandy Lynn. Oh, the Real Big John Trucking. Hey, my friend, you won 2 live streams ago. You won our drawing. So if you did not know that, check back. It would have been, what, last Friday? I think. Yes, last Friday's live stream. Not Wednesday, the one we just had. That was for Rita Ali that won that one, but you won the one right before that. So that would have been, yeah, last Friday, a week ago. You won our drawing, and we pulled a card and gave you a little message, and I timestamped it in the comment on that live stream. So go check it out. Yes. That's a good thing is I can remember who has won recently. When they do show back up, I can point them back to those live streams to go get their message. So let's get the Real Big John Trucking back in our perpetual drawing. The real. I never have enough space, and it's hard to hold this tiny little slip of paper as I write on it. But there is your name, all sloppily written. My bad. I do apologize for the poor handwriting. But hey, it still gets the message across. I can read it at least. That's all that matters. If I can read it, we're good. Okay, and we have Cheyenne that wants to be entered into the giveaway. Cheyenne. Okay. And anyone else, put an 88 in the chat, and we will get your name in our drawing. And then, of course, we're going to pull a new name from the drawing as the winner for today. Oh, Marlene. I didn't see yours. Now I do, though. Marlene. Let's get Marlene in there. Marlene, you've got a few in there as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. You might not have won yet. I don't know. Marlene. Anyone else? Anyone else? Oh, let's get Golden Age Muse. Thank you so much for your donation. Let's put you in our giveaway as well, Golden Age Muse. And even if you don't win today, check back on future live streams. You don't have to come to every live stream, but you can just click on it once it posts to my page and check the comments. I will timestamp if you win with your username. So you can check from now until I stop doing this. Any live stream, I do them twice a week, most weeks. You might win at a later time. Or you might win today. Who knows? Golden Age Muse. Age Muse. Okay. Got your name here. Let's get you in our drawing. Okay. Oh, you made it to yesterday's kickoff, but had no internet this afternoon until now. Aw. Yeah, she did her basically explaining things. And what else did she talk about? Oh, she did the Disappearance of Vanessa Shaw cover reveal. I'm super excited for that book. Can't wait. I just recently read through all of her Beautiful Demons saga up to book 12, which isn't out yet, but I'm like excited for it. I wanted to wait until it was out, but I'm like, no, I can't wait anymore because I had up to that point, and this was in, I want to say August, I read through all the Beautiful Demons saga, but I hadn't read any of her books up until then, but I'm like, I'm buying courses from her and I really vibe with her. Let me read some of her books. Come on now. So I did, and I loved it. All right, so we have everybody entered into the giveaway. Anyone else that wants to be entered that's just joining us, go ahead and put an 88 in the chat, an 88 in the chat, and that will let me know you want me to write your name on a paper, put you in the drawing. We have Cheyenne's giveaway reading to do, and I'm going to now draw a name. Not looking, I swear. Okay, I grabbed one. Drum roll, please. It is Amber A. Amber A. She's not here today, but she's here a lot. So Amber A. We will do her one card pull right after we do Cheyenne's reading. And let's see if Cheyenne Yes. If I take this future job and the man is in a different department, will we maintain healthy work boundaries, please? I don't want any trouble with colleagues. Absolutely. And just because I know your energy and I can feel your heart, you wouldn't let it get to that point anyway, even if you did somehow, like on some of these, just because my real biggest doctor's experience is through like Grey's Anatomy or The Good Doctor, watching these like doctor dramas, on TV. A lot of times they can be in relationships with people even in the same department, and yeah, it can get complicated, but there are people who can pull it off, and then there are those that can't. If that was the case for you, that you were even working in the same department, I would see there would be enough discretion and just professionalism that you would be able to work just fine. But for the most part, I don't see that you're in the exact same department or anything like that. But let's see. As far as all this goes, just maintaining healthy work boundaries, and yeah, let's see what Cheyenne needs to know about that. Okay, we got a lot coming out here. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're literally keeping things very professional while at work, but at the same time, you're able to really allow your work to even bring you together more, even if you're in completely different departments that don't really have anything to do with each other. I think there's enough interest from him to what you're doing and the other way. You're interested enough in what he's got going on for work that it works. It's not exactly in alignment that, oh, you're both working on, I don't know, I think you were like renal stuff. Maybe he's a brain surgeon, or like, I don't know. Maybe they don't really go together, but like they complement enough that you're both interested in what the other has going on. And this to me feels like long-term stuff. So you might just be working at least in the same circle or close to the same circles for a very long time, and maintaining a major degree of professionalism and a good work-life balance as well. So, time at home, time at work, and not having that interfere with either of your careers or, affecting in a detrimental way either of your careers. It's not going to hurt either of you in any way, or the organization itself or the work itself. Not really going to damage it at all, at all. This all feels very professional and straightforward and loving and just in alignment. So yeah, let's just see anything else she needs to know. Whoa! That was a lot. Okay. We got a lot going on down here. Although I'm hearing these two weren't part of it, but I'll just read those ones out. Let me make sure I'm putting these on the right way. Okay, so we have South Node of the Moon, old karma. So there's old karma that's maybe closing out as a result of you getting together, specifically with your spiritual self or your spiritual side, 12th house energy. But 12th house, fun fact, in astrology also rules hospitals and research. 8th house is also research and can involve injuries, but the hospital system and building itself is the 12th house. I think that's very interesting. And then we have trine. So yes, your careers like support each other, but they're not exact. You know what I mean? So there's support, and also it's like you guys inspire each other to dig deeper or to not just see things on the surface, but to really bring things full circle is how I see that. So, oh, that's beautiful. Wow, how cool. How fun. Yeah. So you're definitely the utmost professionalism from both of you. And I just got this really, Cheyenne, what is it about you today, my queen? I am getting such excited. Now I have chills. Okay. Something real good and exciting is coming up for you. So I don't know what this is, but I'm here for it. So chills will not go away. So I don't know, maybe you're just having a really fun, good weekend, or you're laughing. Is there nothing better than being able to just full on belly laugh till your like face hurts and your stomach hurts and you pee either down your eyes or down your legs? Like, maybe not literally, but like, you're like, I could pee, I gotta go, I gotta stop laughing. Like, is there nothing better than laughing so hard? Like, that's what this energy feels like. You're laughing, like it's so fun and connected and just a good laugh fest. I don't know if this is you just hanging out with your sister or watching some funny old movies that you haven't seen in a long time. I don't know what this is, but there's some feel good energy coming up for you, Cheyenne. I think it's a completely other side tangent side note, but also kind of going back full circle to the beginning part of your reading, underlying energy of kind of going back to your other reading about closing out the cycle at this job you're currently at. that little kind of day trip, or doesn't have to be expensive. Could even be like a staycation that you're just resetting your energy at home, but kind of treating it as like a spa day or a self-care refuge day. Or if you're getting out in your local area and just doing something you haven't done in a while, or something you've never done that just feels like a treat to you, could really benefit your career and, of course, your love life eventually as well. All right, how fun. All right, so yes, the heart laugh, isn't that fun? Oh, toss money through PayPal. Are you doing new people readings? Absolutely, Golden Age. Thank you so much. Let me check here. Just see what we got going on here. Yes, absolutely. So, Golden Age, yes. I am still reading, my dear. So go ahead and post your question. We're going to get right into it for you, Golden Age Muse. Yeah, absolutely. So while we wait for your question, I'm going to just do Amber A, who won our giveaway today, 125. So Amber A giveaway reading. No, it wasn't the giveaway. It was the drawing. We drew her name. Drawing winner. And timestamp is, I think I said 125 on the dot. For Amber A, you won today. Hey, that rhymed. I'm just in a rhymey mood. Look at me go. Okay. So Amber A, we drew your name out of the hat or the cup, whatever we call it. So let's get you a 1 card. I'm really feeling this. I'm feeling like a 2 card, actually. We're going to draw 2 cards. These 2 are going to tell a story, something you need to know. But though, Amber, if you want to pause it and kind of formulate a question or something you want to know about, Jamie, happy Friday. Here's the boo bucket earrings I was talking about. Aren't they the funnest? Yes. And then fit check. That's what all the kids are saying. Little Miss Halloween Queen. I love it. All right. And funny, I'm going to get back to Amber's drawing here in a second. But I think it was Wednesday. Yeah, on Wednesday's live stream, I'm like, oh, no, I'm only going to be able to wear one of my earrings because next week is Halloween. No, we still have a full week until Halloween, Amanda. What were you thinking? So I get to wear, you guys have already seen the 2 shirts, other Halloween shirts I have, but my earrings. So I'm going to wear the little ghosty pumpkin / also holding a bouquet of flower earrings on Wednesday. Wednesday. Yes. Okay. Getting into Amber A's question. This is going to tell a story of what Amber A needs to know. So we have cut ties. Ooh, you are leaving something behind. Energetically, physically, literally, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, all the things. You are leaving it behind, my dear. And what is this specifically? Ooh, something with your work or daily routine is shifting. You are maybe sick of being held down by clutter or just all those little things on a to-do list that can start adding up, and then you're just like feeling drugged down by that energy. You're cutting ties with something. This could even literally be your job. You're completely shifting your job in a whole new direction, or you're just ready for a career change. That could be possibly. Or if you are someone who works or stays at home, big revamp to your home space and just the day-to-day routine, cooking, cleaning, all the things we do at home. Lounging, relaxing, just making the home more relaxational. Is that a word, relaxational? Comfy, cozy, getting rid of the clutter and the dust and the things, all the things. Your cutting ties are clearing. There could even be people from your past in your work, like a job you worked at 10 years ago. There's this coworker that just keeps, and this actually came out, I want to say it was in our collective reading. So if you missed that, Amber A, go back to the collective reading at the beginning of this live stream. I think it's a 6-month reading we did, a pretty decent chunk of time, where we're just, when we have these just thoughts just randomly of old coworkers and just old energy that just doesn't need to be here, clearing it out, cutting it out, being done. So there's your 1/2 card drawing winner message. Amber A, congratulations, my dear. All right. So let me put all these away, and then we're going to get into Golden Age Muse's question right now. Okay, so let's tune in. Let's see. Thank you, Jamie. Yeah, isn't it fun? Yeah, I'll wear this. This was fun. Before we get into Golden Age Muse, I'll just share a little fun thing we're doing tonight. So she used to be like the head lady of the PTO or the PTA, parent teacher organization or association, depending where you go. But she's not in it this year, but she's still very organized and wants to schedule things and have events and stuff. So she's having a 2-hour neighborhood-wide hide and seek little thing. serving cider and just having chit chat. And of course, the kids are going to be hiding and seeking only in the yards that have porch lights on in just a very small vicinity. It's not like, miles and miles of space where your kids are going to go missing or anything. But it's like a little neighborhood hide and seek for a couple hours this evening. So I'm super excited for that. Never been to something like that. As a child, I would have absolutely loved something like that. We used to have kind of like neighborhood wide, like capture the flag with us and a couple other neighbor kids. And we would make a day of it. Like just, oh my gosh, so fun. We'd make our own rules up as we went. Oh, so fun. Anyway, let's see. No psychotic boyfriends during the collective, but there was some pretty fitting messages I think you could benefit from, Jamie. Absolutely. Yeah, there's some shifts coming for sure. The shift has hit the fan. We had a tower card. But again, nothing we can't handle. Nothing we can't handle. So Golden Age Muse had a tenant leave after receiving money from COVID rent relief without paying me. Oh no. And I've been in shock. What can you reveal to me that I can't see right now? Thank you. That is so horrible. Who does that? Okay, let's tune in. We're going to get to the bottom of this. What is going on? I'm already hearing you're going to recoup that money or that energy in a different way. May not be from the same person. You may never hear, see, think of, you'll probably think of this person for a minute. But it may not be coming back by way of this person. But if you have this person's information and can do like a small claims court kind of thing, that's probably going to be your best legal advice as far as getting your money back from said person and making this right, if that's the case. Although I'm seeing this being repaid to you or paid back to you in a different way. So if that just gives you a headache, even thinking about having to go through legal hoops and all that, you don't have to worry about going down that road because this will be returned to you energetically, monetarily, in the form of resources in a possible different way. But let's see what this looks like specifically for Golden Age Muse. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, the energy is a bit chaotic and it just probably completely caught you by surprise. But look at this. There's something better coming in. And it might even be that the tenants, now that those tenants are gone, you can maybe up the rent. I'm not saying like, highway robbery or anything like that, but, upping the rent to help over time possibly recoup the cost from what that other tenant did. Not that it's the new tenant's fault that this happened or anything like that, but, inflation is crazy right now. So like, rents are going up and you got to stay, I guess, when you're, a landlord or what have you, you're the one that, can possibly benefit at times from this. But again, I see you as a person who's kind and loving and probably doesn't want to, highway robbery with anybody either. But at the same time, you don't want to be priced so low that you're not giving yourself the income that you deserve either. And with this card coming out, I would say you're going to be just fine. This is coming back to you. Yeah. And there's your victory. And it's coming in a surprising way. Like I was saying earlier, this may not be coming by way of, right from the person who did you dirty. Oh, selling the house. Well, I would say now is probably a good time. In certain markets, the housing market is about to crash or is already in free fall. So now might be a good time. I'm not sure if you want to like shout out your area, but I can tune in just energetically to the area you're in without saying where you're at to see if it's a good time to sell. But you're going to be very pleasantly surprised possibly with the money you're going to be able to get from selling that house. And there's a victory here. If you do specifically take this person to court, you would win outright. Absolutely. No, there's no contest. This person, because the thing with small claims, if the defendant doesn't show up, it's an automatic win. Oh, Silicon Valley. I would say now would be a good time because there are parts of California. Silicon Valley might be tricky right now, but hey, again, I've said this like 3 times, I think, during the live stream today, is to do some quantum jumping meditation to jump to a timeline where you're going to benefit from the sale of the house and you're going to get the price you want and maybe even a multiple bidding war on, what you're doing. So let's see, as far as the sale of this house. Yeah, you might even be offered something that you're like, nah, I'm not taking that offer. I'll wait it out. And you'll actually benefit by not maybe taking the first offer. Especially if it's a low ball offer or you're just like, why would they even offer that? That is a slap in the face. But you're content. you're not like forced to sell or anything. You're gonna wait for the right offer to come, and then when you're ready, you can take that offer. That's really what I see with that. Let's just see any additional guidance or advice, not only just with this tenant, but just recouping the future costs of, or just the future abundance from all of this. Yeah, not failing there. That's good. That's good. Yeah, so I would say now would be a great time if you can, and if it's ready to put on the market, now would be a great time to do that. And some people can even have renters in and just say we're month to month because this place is on the market. And some renters will understand that, okay, I might have to get out of here in 30 days, but that can still bring in income while you are having the house on the market. So that might be why you are sitting really pretty here, literally. But let's just see any other additional advice, wisdom for Golden Age Muse with the situation. Yeah, you're on to something new. Look at that with the rebirth energy. So selling this place could just bring in really good abundance that you can go invest somewhere else, or use that money to spend on, an even better house for yourself, or, whatever it is you're wanting to do with your future. There's your rebirth. There's your next endeavor. So yeah, I would say this is probably your best bet. So I feel like I need one more for you, Beth. One more. Golden Age Muse. All right. Creativity. Yeah, you're finding really good creative solutions to your problems. So again, creative solution that's almost coming out of thin air. This is like the universe gifting you with something, or one of the most creative, besides the Empress, probably the second most creative energy in the deck for me personally when I draw is the Page of Cups. It's very creative, highly creative, just open to new epiphanies and divinely inspired creations. And pairing that up with this rebirth energy, boom, this is something huge. This is not just some small potato idea. This is something big that you can invest possibly by the sale of this house. This is long-term generational wealth that you're creating, either by way of reinvesting this money from this house, or whatever it is you're putting this money from the sale of the house into is going to fuel, whether you have children or not, it feels like generations to come can benefit from this wealth. Oh, and twin flame, twin flame relationship. Yeah, wow. Maybe you're investing in that as well. Not so much monetarily, but like, emotionally and spiritually. And I just saw the success card as I'm putting these away. So yeah, you're having success. Again, even if you never hear from this tenant again, somehow, some way, that money is going to be coming back to you. Like, I'm hearing like tenfold. So again, probably the sale of this house is going to really up the stakes with the money that you could have gotten from that rental agreement, right? All right, so I hope that resonated for you. Thanks again for your donation. It's always a pleasure to read for somebody new, and I love your energy, so you're always welcome back here. Absolutely. All right, well, I do believe that's going to do it for us today, unless anyone else was hoping to donate before we go. Let me just see. Nope, we are caught up on donations. All right, well, take a quick drink of water. We'll just hang out for a moment. But I hope everyone has a wonderful, relaxing, and very fun, weekend. Oh, Mickey is freaking out. Oh, no. Let's just pull a card. Let's just see what's going on. It could be two things, and I don't think it's just, what you said to his dad. This feels like something else. Yeah, there's clarity as far as this being two different things. He's, maybe blaming you for both of them or all of it, but no, there's something else going on. This feels like childhood stuff coming up. Yeah. I don't feel it's going to be going on long, though, because I'm hearing this too shall pass, very 8 of Wands energy. But again, we can get stuck in these things, and he could be stuck in his head because this is double energy here is, there's an illusion or an illusory kind of energy with the devil that can just hang on and hang on and hang on. And to me, it does feel like entity interference. So personally, Jamie, if you want to clear any entities in the home, in the field, with you, I mean, this to me feels like low-key possession. Yeah, acting like you don't want to be with him. No, and that's exact opposite of what you're talking about with wanting his dad gone. It's not because you want to get rid of him. No, you want to be closer to him. Come on now. Yeah, this to me feels like entity interference for sure. Under the guise of, hey, you told my dad off. and whatever else he's spouting. Yeah. What do you do? Let's tune in. Yeah, I would say clear the energy, literally cut cords. Just even if you only have 30 seconds because things are crazy right now, just close your eyes and feel any dark cords in your energy, your children's energy, Mickey's energy. Because on a spirit level, I'm sure, of course, Mickey would definitely give you permission to clear those, even if his human self is like, get away from me. You know what I mean? And I'm not like meaning to laugh, but with how actually this is going to impact your relationship long term, this really is laughable. It's not going to be the end of your relationship or anything like that. No. Yeah, exactly. You're going to move on through it and you're going to have success here. So cut cords. Again, there's two things. And we have a box elder bug just flying right onto my screen. You can't see it because the camera's up. But look at this. This is good luck. This is creativity. You're finding a creative solution to get this figured out here, Jamie. Look, you're having success here. So use your, to him, any entities, and ask just in your head or outright. I'm gonna put him up here out of the way. Ask in your head or outright, out loud, whatever. Just tell whatever dark interference that is not in your Mickey, Asa, and I'm sorry I'm spacing on your other little guy's name. And if Mickey's dad's still there, of course, him too, because his darkness can feed into this whole thing as well. Anybody that's in the house, or if you're in an apartment, I would say clear the whole complex as much as you have permission to. Just clear all the darkness. And I wouldn't even say cut it. I would say pull it out by the roots and dissolve it, disintegrate it, turn it to ash, turn it to dust, turn it back, send it back from whence it came and clear the energy. And, you can, if you don't have incense or can't really do that where you're at, or sage or whatever, light a candle, and set the intention that anything that does not belong here by divine true spirit needs to go, and now. And even snap your fingers 3 times. That's coming to I've never had that happen, but snapping your both fingers 3 times will make it have to leave, especially something that just wants to hang on and hang on and hang on and feed on the negativity, because that's what they're there for. The big show is the negativity that is being caused because of all of this. So clear that, and then everybody might have this like emotional kind of like hangover for maybe a day or 2. But even that you can clear pretty quickly. Let's just see any other advice. Yeah, back to happy home. Yeah, exactly. This is massive energy interference, especially because you did speak your truth and you used your light to shine that light and create the timeline that you're wanting. So of course, the darkness is going to come and say, no, you can't get away with this. Yeah, favorite music is a really good one. Positive and dance, and just do something fun with the kids. Even if you have to take them to the park or get out of the house, go window shopping at the mall, I don't know, just to get the energy moving, right? Even if you just tell Mickey, I need a few hours away from you. It's not about you, it's about me. I just need some space. Take the kiddos, go do something fun. And just, especially if you can get out in nature, if that's potential for you, can really help. Even touching a tree and allowing all that negativity to just flow into the tree, because the tree can transmute it. You know how we breathe in the carbon dioxide from the tree, and then other way around. We breathe in the oxygen from the tree, and then they use our carbon dioxide. It's a mutually beneficial exchange. So us giving a tree our negative energy can only benefit the tree, and then the tree can give us something that we can use for our own. And even if we don't know what that one thing is, go connect with a tree in the park or in your yard if you have one. If there's any tree that is calling to your intuition right now, tree therapy is what I'm hearing. So that might just be totally random, and maybe if you don't have a tree in mind, just go use your intuition to find a tree in town somewhere if you can, or in the neighborhood or in your yard. Even if it's a little baby tree, it doesn't have to be a big oak tree or anything. It can be a little sapling. It doesn't matter the size, because that potential from the seed from which it was planted is all there. You're on a huge one. There we go. Just tune in and, tell that tree all your issues. And even if you just kind of give the tree a feeling of how you're feeling, they can interpret the whole story. It's attached to your deck. You're touching it. There you go. And just doing some deep breathing. And I mean deep breathing, like all the way down to your root as much as you can. Just deep as you can, almost till it hurts. Allow it and kind of hold it, and then slowly let it out. And then before you take another breath, just kind of stay completely deflated. And then inflate all the way again, hold it before you deflate again, and just slowly until you feel calm, until your pulse comes back to a normal resting rate. That can help so freaking much, especially when you're worked up or you're just really highly emotional. It can help so much. Yes, absolutely. Golden Age of Muse knows what's up. Yep, yep. Yeah, not on it, but yeah, I totally know what you mean. I know what you mean. All right. Well, big hugs to you, Jamie. That is so hard. But this is the thing. A lot of times in this matrix, when we speak our truth or take a stance or stand up for ourselves in ways that we know is in alignment with our true spirit, it almost feels like a slap in the face because then we get attacked by those we love, and it's usually not the ones we love that are technically attacking us, although it's coming through them. It's entity interference saying, it's like the Agent Smiths in the Matrix saying, no, they're getting away. We got to stop them. So when you speak your truth and then ish hits the fan like this, know you're on the right track. Know you are on the right track. Don't think, well, I should never have done that. I'll just shut up from now on. No, exact opposite. And I know you almost just have to double down and just really get into the misery of it. But there are ways you can cope, like we've kind of divulged today. So yeah. Vulture, then hummingbird shamanically. Yes, I love it. Yeah, your roots do go to the trees. Yeah, and the trees really, to me, are such sacred, multidimensional creatures or beings in and of themselves. They are very powerful. And even the ancient trees, which it's interesting, some rocks I've tuned in are like part of the root systems of ancient trees. I know that sounds weird, but it's almost like they've petrified into what we would call rocks. I mean, look at this. Look at this. We're going on a side tangent, but hey, we're done with reading, so we can hang out a minute before I have to go make lunch for the kids. But let's see. This one specifically, but there are what I'd consider ancient tree stumps all over where I live in Montana. But Devil's Tower I want to say it's in Wyoming. I've never been personally, but Devil's Tower. You cannot stand there and tell me that is not a tree stump. You cannot. And I mean, you can see all the trees around. You can see the trees around this rock formation. How tiny our big trees are compared to Devil's Tower here. There, that's a better way to see it. The ancient trees, the ancient trees that are now like petrified or like rock hard. I bet you my bottom dollar, if you were to have some sort of sonar or like equipment to sense underneath the ground, you would probably find absolute networks of caves or crystals beneath this structure. I bet you anything you would find that. But these are all over Montana. Not so much just solitary like this, but big chains of them, like all interconnected. Like ancient forests had been like clear cutted. But if you can't get to a tree, get to a rock, because they're very closely related energetically. Like crystals to me are very closely energetically connected with like tree essence as well. And then we have things like petrified wood, petrified coral. We've got fossils. All these to me feel like they're in the same realm. Yeah. The Santa Cruz Mountains. I've never been, but I hear they are lovely. Oh yeah, Spin Like a Sufi by a tree. Yeah, like the whirling dervishes, right? You can get real dizzy, but like it takes you to like another level. It feels so freeing and just like tickles your whole system. I love it. All right, lovely people. I am gonna go make my kids some lunch. I heard my kid asking for me a little bit ago, so I better go see what's up. Let my dogs out to pee, all the fun things. But I will be back here Wednesday with another fun set of earrings. Shirt that you've already seen, but hey, we can wear the same thing here and there. Maybe not 2 days in a row, but like a couple weeks here and then a couple weeks there. All of you are most welcome, absolutely. But we'll be back. Have a wonderful weekend. Thanks again so much for those likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see each and every one of you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot Live. Bye.